But why are we even allowing these people into the army? It's ridiculous. These girls belong in a cheerleading crew for the men in the army.
But from a purely recruitment point of view, this is fucking genius. Because there's a lot of people who that rah-rah stuff wouldn't have appealed to, but then they saw this video and it's like, wait, there's like an army science and tech sector? There's like coding? Like, I love coding. I didn't know the military needed code people, right? And you want to know what? The Chinese military needs that as well. The recruitment arm of the United States military understands this, and that's why they make different types of ads. But people constantly will just show that one like I guess you can call it SJW ad, and will say that's Americans' military ads, while the other ones are still manly. We're weak, they're strong. Wow, look at that. Must be a weak military. I wonder why Russia just literally hasn't collapsed. So I can't play the music, I don't think, because it's copyrighted. So we're gonna you're just gonna have to imagine, okay? I'll play like a second of it so you get what song it is, okay? It's that, okay? If you know that song, good for you. If you don't, then you don't. All you need to know, it's like an American pop song, okay? Doesn't really matter. But these people danced. These women in the military danced to the song. They danced, and this is the whole thing. That's the video. That's it. So, obviously, if you're me, you see this, and this is like, whatever, right? It is what it is. Just a bunch of young women dancing. That's not like an international news story to me. But if you see in the context it was posted, you can see, we're doomed. Hashtag military. Hashtag America. Hashtag armed forces. Hashtag Sunday vibes. From the iron worker, marine veteran, railroad worker, courage is being scared to death and saddling up anyway. Account. Wonderful. Great for them. So they posted it saying that we're doomed. And of course, a lot of people are memeing on it. Rightfully so, right? But there's also a few people who seem to agree with this, right? And people are also posting footage of other times the American military or police or whatever have danced. Now, the thing that gets me about people getting angry at this trend, right? Which we're gonna actually show a conservative talk show host that we all know not being exactly happy with this trend in a moment. What gets me about this specifically is every single military in the world does this. Every single military across all cultures do this. Unless your culture is literally like against music as a form, as an art form, every single culture in the world has done this. Do you guys not remember the old like Russian, like if I look up, this is the guy we're talking about, by the way, okay? If we look up Russian military dance, okay? Like, do we not, like, now, these are Soviet soldiers dancing. In great form, by the way. Anyway. This was in 1965, and would you believe it, it did not cause the Soviet Union's collapse. Dancing, okay? This isn't why they lost to the Afghans, and this isn't why we lost to the Afghans. The Taliban, to be more specific, the Mujahideen, to be more specific to them. It has nothing to do with us winning or losing, because dancing and stuff like this, or stuff like this, is important for morale. It is, of course, just Russian soldiers or American soldiers participating in their nation's culture of the day, right? It's as simple as that. And if you're saying, well, it's different here because these are military songs, or these are old-timey, more classy music, trust me, okay? Every generation thought the generation of music that's coming up after them was not classy, was wrong, was immoral, or some other like terrible type of thing, okay? So it has nothing to do with that. These are just simply people participating in their culture, and it will have zero impact on whether they win or lose a war, or how effective they are in fighting on the battlefield or defending the United States of America. In fact, I would even make the argument that having morale boosters like this are important to winning wars and are important for our national security, because I'm sorry, but we don't need a military that's just constantly depressed. We don't need an army that it looks like it's always on the verge of jumping off of a bridge, okay? That would be boring. That would suck. We don't need a depressed army, okay? No, we don't. To be completely honest with you. You know all those like Russian military ads? Lonerbox, thank you so much for rating with a party of 92. We talk about this all the time. The Russian military ad versus American. And people show this all the time, and it's like supposed to prove a point. But we'll watch it again. So this is a Chinese military ad. Okay, somebody said literally propaganda. All military ads from all countries are propaganda. The whole purpose of them is for you to say, this country is great and we should pick up arms in defense of it. So I mean, yeah, it's propaganda, but like, they're all propaganda.
一声道，是一次重塑。海上、空中、陆上各作战军群已修订完善作战计划。 用生命扛起使命。
Okay, you get the idea, right? Then it shows the Russian military ad, you know, and it's similar.
То, кем ты был прежде, уже никого не волнует. Теперь важно то, кем ты будешь сегодня. Что ты знаешь о себе? На что ты способен? Вопросы могут остаться без ответов, но разве ты сможешь потом спокойно спать? Узнать себя, познать границы своих возможностей. К черту границы. Ты готов ломать себя до изнеможения. Каждый день здесь боль закаляет. Шрамы, повседневность. Это ты решил себе что-то доказать. Командир...
Okay, and then you show the American one, and it's like this.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems. It begins in California, with a little girl raised by two moms. Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet, played violin, I also marched for equality. I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age. When I was 6 years old, one of my moms had an accident that left her paralyzed. Doctors said she might never walk again. But she tapped into my family's pride to get back on her feet, eventually standing at the altar to marry my other mom.
Okay, so a lot of people, this is how they see this. They see these first two ads as these are two strong countries, and this last ad shows that America's a weak country relying on weak values to recruit people. This, unironically, if you want my opinion, is something that shows that our strategy when it comes to recruitment, due to us like having invested so much money and time and research into figuring out how to recruit people, is unbelievably diverse and unbelievably intelligent. Because the thing is, people will just show this ad and be like, this is all like American military ads. And then they'll leave out stuff like this, right? Which is still actively being pushed out by the military. right? They still have ads like this, which is an ad that, you know what? Maybe I'm just a little bit of a chauvinist. That still like appeals to people like, I guess, me when I was younger.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine.
And they still have ads like this all the time. And you know what? Here's another ad. I'm sorry I'm showing you all of these, but these are all super interesting. Gamer military ad. I want to find that one. Okay? They have ads like this too, which appeal to, like, I guess, video game people.
A curve is a curve.
And this is appealing to a lot of, because people think the military is just people pick up rifles. That's not true. They have a giant tech sector as well. Jake, thank you so much for Prime Gaming. Okay, so the reason why they have these different types of ads in the military, right? And I think this is unbelievably intelligent from just a purely, I'm not even talking about the morality, but from a purely recruitment point of view, this is fucking genius. And the reason why is if you make one type of military ad appeal for one type of storyline to one type of person, or to one type of like set of morality or values, and or one type of like recruitment type video, which is like this manly, like, we're gonna, you must defend the homeland, and rifles and bullets and everything. That's not gonna get everybody. There's a lot of people who that type of power fantasy or just like, you must answer the call of patriotism or those type of things, they want to appeal to everyone. So having different types of videos, different types of recruitment ads, recruiting to different types of people to an extraordinarily diverse nation made up of all different types of people is incredibly intelligent. Because there's a lot of people who that rah-rah stuff wouldn't have appealed to, but then they saw this video and it's like, wait, there's like an army science and tech sector. There's like coding. Like, I love coding. I didn't know the military needed code people, right? And you want to know what? The Chinese military needs that as well. So does the Russian military. So does most modern militaries. And the American recruitment agency, not the recruitment agency, but the recruitment arm of the United States military understands this. And that's why they make different types of ads. But people constantly will just show that one, like I guess you can call it SJW ad. And we'll say that's Americans' military ads. Well, the other ones are still manly. We're weak, they're strong. No, it's... Or that just we understand how recruitment works, and Americans are really, really, really good at finding ways to convince people to join the military for good and or bad reasons. Hey, you. Yes, you. Right there. You. I am starting a Patreon. I know you guys have been asking for it on the YouTube crowd for a while, since usually it's just the Twitch people who could support me financially directly, but we're finally making a means for you guys to do so as well. And that's not all. You can support the #1 cyber terrorist, mover and shaker, Vince McMahon of Twitch politics. How? By donating to this Patreon and getting benefits like movie nights, special Discord roles, announcements at the end of the video of how much you have supported this war criminal DylanBurnsTV, and much, much more. Okay, not much more, okay? I only have limited means, but more than that, I can assure you. And if you support the Patreon, you will have my deep-hearted appreciation from the bottoms of my soul that you are truly a mover and shaker. Thanks so much for your Patreon money in advance. I will use it to continue to fund the liberal elitist agenda. Most people in the military do not fight, lol, especially if you're not in the Marine Corps. Exactly. That's another thing. If you're trying to get somebody to man the Patriot defense system, you do need a certain level of knowing how to, like, fight, of course. But your job isn't going to be going out and fighting the Taliban, okay, with a rifle in your hand on the front lines. Your job is going to be manning the Patriot defense system. Your job is going to be doing code breaking. Your job is going to be, like, repairing fighter jets. Your job is going to be translating information or construction. We're not even talking about military contractors. And so the idea that every ad is going to be appealing to this rifleman on the front lines is ridiculous. You need to get a diverse set of people to join your military because you want a diverse skill set for a modern military. It's not just as simple as give everyone a rifle or everyone a sword and send them into charge, okay? It's not that simple anymore. Modern warfare landscape has evolved tremendously. Anyway, on from all of that, okay? So that army dance video got some commentary from our favorite commentator, Hake. So I actually want to see what Hake has to say about this. I'm definitely interested. I have not pre-watched. I assume he disagrees with it. Maybe he'll prove me wrong.
Spring, all one word, teespring.com/stores/get-a-job. And it'll redirect to whatever creator-spring website that it is. Nice. So, that's that for that. Here's part of the attack on Americans. Can you pull up clip 11? I saw this. Somebody tagged me on this. Thank you for tagging me on stuff, I guess. I do appreciate it. Ironworker05 tweeted this video out. It's a TikTok video put out by Army girls, or I don't know. It's a TikTok video taken of Army girls. And by girls, I mean grown adult females who are in the Army, purportedly, dancing on a TikTok video. And they're dancing to a Beyonce song. Wife to Jay-Z.
I like how he describes it.
And
Grown adult females dancing to a Beyonce song.
And I put the Beyonce song in reverse because I didn't want any copyright thing really going to credit her. But he says, we're doomed. Look at this. It's like an 11-second video, and they're dancing in their barracks. Look at this. Terrible. No. That sounds awful. That's really obnoxious. Terrible, huh? I almost want to show it again, but I don't want to put you through that audio assault again. But think about what our enemies who are here in America.
Wait, where are they in America? Okay.
Yeah, can you mute the audio? I think it may still go out because even when you mute it in the thing, it'll still go out. But anyway, let's play it again and see if it can mute it. Nice. Watch this.
Guess not.
Okay. Awful. They're dancing like they're Beyonce dancers. That's not good. And these are women wearing their army shirts, army t-shirts, black t-shirt and shorts, looking like they're wearing their PE uniform, but it's not PE, it's not physical education. These aren't high schoolers. They may be fresh out of high school. They may not know any better. But why are we even allowing these people into the army? It's ridiculous. These girls belong in a cheerleading crew for the men in the army, says Cro-Magnon. Yeah, audio still went out. Yeah, but thank you. I appreciate.
Now, to be clear, the type of people that are angry about this are the type of people like our wonderful pal Hake here, where it's not a question of, well, how does this actually endanger national security? How does this weaken the United States? How would banning like dancing, I guess, affect morale or anything like that? That's not the questions that are being asked here. It's just like, I don't like this age of music, and these women in the military dancing. It kind of makes me uncomfy. It's not really it doesn't feel like it's an argument about how does this help or hurt the United States. Maybe he's gonna get to it, but I have yet to really like hear like an argument here. It feels like more like a disgust reaction. Also, Freaky Cheese, thanks for the Prime Gaming and 1 year of supporting the channel. A whole year. Isn't it crazy? Amazing.
Appreciate the attempt. Terrible, huh? Just awful. Well, that backwards Beyonce music is not even good music, by the way. And she's not a decent person at all. But I have some good music to clean your palate. Well, some of you might disagree. We are at
Well, I probably would, because this is the same guy who was raised up learning that Guns N' Roses is the devil music, even though thankfully he does not agree. Thank goodness. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at here is it feels like the reaction to this isn't like, how do we weigh something like this when it comes to our national security? How do we weigh military recruitment or presenting our military to a civilian populace that is incredibly diverse with different backgrounds and different interests going forward in their careers and having different reasons for wanting to join the military? How do we affect this when it, judge this when it comes to our nation's enemy? Because he just says our nation's enemy sees this. Okay, they do. And what? What do they see? Does this present weakness? While it, of course, doesn't actually weaken us, does it present weakness? Will the Chinese or the Russians see this and be able to come up with new strategies? The most you could argue to me is that you could play this in a room of people in Russia or in China that are just like Hake, but they're just their Russian or Chinese counterparts, and they could have a similar reaction of disgust. But there's nothing further than that, and we most certainly should not weigh what our nation's military does or our nation's people do based upon what reactionaries in other countries think of our people and their actions and their culture and their music and their dancing. The whole reason I love America is because people have the freedom to dance and move and do whatever the hell they want usually, without the government saying, nah, you can't do that. And I understand it's different when it comes to the United States military, but this is hurting absolutely no one. This is of no national security risk, and it's just a bunch of people having fun. Military men were dancing to music and uploaded to YouTube 10 years ago. Oh, this is the Harlem Shake, isn't it? Yeah, it is. My favorite is the person in the bag. And again, I would like to point people to Russian military dance. Not to mention, like, the Russians do it too, okay? Do we think that this means Russia's weak? We see videos like this, it's like, oh, the Russian men are too busy dancing instead of doing their army drills or resting for war. I guess we can invade Moscow now. Of course not. They're just having fun. This is just like they have some break time or they have nothing to do, and so... And you know what? There's a lot of time in the military where you literally have nothing to do. One of the main things when veterans talk to me about their service is they tell me of this like impending constant sense of boredom and nothing to do, even when you're deployed in like a country like Afghanistan. Wow, look at that. Must be a weak military. I wonder why Russia just literally hasn't collapsed. I wonder if there's like a Russian Hake counterpart that was shown video like this and also tweeted out, or like did the Russian equivalent of Twitter. It was like, we're doomed. It's all over. I think they have Twitter in Russia. I actually don't know. Which nation has invaded other nation provoked based on lies? Why Americans must project their crimes onto others. To be clear, I'm pretty sure every major nation in the world has done that at a certain point in time, and I don't know how that's relevant to the conversation we're having. But okay, Hake would laugh this off. I'm sure he would, but it's also, I think, in part, it's because it's men. I think Hake, if you were to ask him, Hake is the same person who says, like, you know, women shouldn't speak up in church, and women don't need respect, they only need love. I doubt he would be happy with women in the military, period. Anyway, that's enough of that story. Let's move on from that. I think I've gotten my point across.